it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Lacey and I am a 8th grade teacher. I just got home from work and I wanted to hang out with you guys and just kind of have a vulnerable chat, life update. I've been noticing the same questions being asked under the video or maybe in my DMs on Instagram. So I decided to just do a life update and kind of address those questions. So we're just gonna hang out and chat. I'm on my new couch in the new house and I just wanted to give you guys a vulnerable update and let you know what's going on. So the first thing I've actually seen several times, and even my students at work, sometimes they'll ask me this question as well. So people have been asking about Celeste. They've been asking, how is she? Where is she? Are you guys still friends? Guys, of course, me and Celeste are still best friends. I still see her just as often as I always have. However, a lot of you guys forget that she is pregnant. So she is pregnant with her second baby and she's actually 37 weeks. So she can really have the baby any time in the next few weeks. And she said this second pregnancy is very different from her first. She is very uncomfortable. She's in pain. She said everything hurts. So she's just not gonna want to pick up the camera to film, guys. Her priority is her family. She does already have a son, Preston, who, if you've been watching for a while, you've seen him here and there in our videos. So she is having to entertain an active 4-year-old while trying to rest and relax and prepare for the next baby. So again, filming is just not her priority. We actually were supposed to film this update together. We sat down to film it on Sunday and I could just tell like she's just not feeling it, and I'm not gonna make her film because this is supposed to be for fun, and if it is too much on her, then it's not that deep and you're just gonna have to hang out with me. So definitely comment down below some nice well wishes for her because again, she is only a few weeks out of having her second baby boy. And then the second question that someone asked is, are you going to be the godmom of Celeste's second baby? So Celeste, like I said, has a 4-year-old named Preston. He's my godson. I try to be present in his life as much as I can. And I just try to help Celeste out whenever I can because again, she's pregnant. So I'm very present in his life. However, I'm not the godmom of the second baby because Celeste is married now and they chose her husband's best friend this time. So Preston is my godson, I'm Celeste's best friend, but for the second baby, they chose her husband's best friend to be goddad, and then his wife is godmom. So her husband's best friend and his wife are the godparents of the second baby. However, they live out of town. I live here with Celeste, basically 10 minutes away, so obviously I will still see the baby and I will still be present in the baby's life, but I'm not going to be godmom. It's not anything that's drama, it's no hard feelings, and I will still definitely be involved all the time. I have a couple teaching questions that I keep getting, and I've been avoiding this question because I can't really speak on it because I still have 3 weeks of school. But this question of why are you leaving your school keeps popping up, and I'm not going to really give my full answer. I'm just going to give a general answer. Something I noticed the past 3 years was that my love and my passion for teaching has slowly faded due to multiple things. Again, I won't get into it, but I've noticed when I first started, which was 3 years ago, this is my 3rd year, I was excited, I was new to the area, I had just moved and got married, and I was 100% fired up for teaching. But right now, in this moment, April 29th, 2025, I would say that 100% is now about 50%. And I feel like for something that's a job, something that I'm doing every day, I should have a passion and a love for it, and I still do. But so much has happened in those 3 years, just a whole bunch of little things or even some big things, that it's wore me down a lot, and I just needed a change because I'm not someone who gives up easily. I don't want to just quit teaching. I don't want to just say I'm done being a teacher because I worked really hard for this in college and I definitely still have a love for it. I just feel like I need to change up my environment to get that love back. So that's my general answer. These past few years have been kind of hard on me and I'm not enjoying it as much as I should. So I just think I need a change. So that's the best answer I can give right now. And then this question is also teaching. My students ask this all the time, and I think it's because I do have a teacher on my team who is retiring because she's taught for 30 years. So my students usually ask me, do you plan on teaching for the 30 years that teachers typically teach. If you teach until retirement, typically, at least in Georgia, it's usually 30 years. That's just the number I've always known. And I'm on year 6 right now. And guys, I'm tired. I'm 28 years old. I could be enjoying my weekends, going out and stuff. Guys, my weekends are recovering from the week. Like, I genuinely have no energy or anything like that on the weekends because the week is so draining. I just can't imagine doing this for 30 years. Now, if I go to my new school and I love it and there's no flaws and I really feel like I can stay there for 24 years, then maybe. But I don't think that that's where my heart is right now. I love teaching. I have no plans on quitting. I don't have an exit plan where I'm gonna say, oh, I'm gonna teach 10 years and quit. Like, I don't have any sort of plans to leave, but I know it's not gonna be 30 years. I already have some other ideas that are education adjacent. They're related to teaching, but they're not necessarily teaching. So I would definitely still want to be connected to education, but I definitely don't think I'll teach for 30 years. I know that's kind of controversial, so some of you might feel some type of way when I say that. But again, as of right now, for the foreseeable future, I am still teaching. Again, I'm moving schools and everything, but I don't think I'll teach for 24 more years because that's a long time and I'm already worn out and I'm 28. Like, these are supposed to be my best years. I'm somewhat of a newlywed because we're almost 3 years in, and I feel like I am just tired and exhausted all the time, and I just feel like eventually I'm going to have to move on. But that's it for teaching questions. I know that was kind of a lot all at once, but the second to last question is, do you ever see your family? So if you've been watching for a while, me and my husband were long distance. I'm from Atlanta, born and raised, and he's from South Georgia in the Albany area. It's 3 hours apart, so it's not the worst, but when we were dating, we would see each other on weekends and everything. But eventually we got engaged, and I chose to move down here to the Albany area to be with him and his family versus him coming to Atlanta with me and my family. So I do see my family, not often, but typically on some of the bigger holidays, I'll see them. We were there for Thanksgiving in November, and then we were just there the other weekend for Easter. It's kind of a lot to go every holiday, especially because Thanksgiving and Christmas are only a month apart. So I try to do like every other. Also, I am off for summer, obviously, so I might go for a few days in the summer, but my husband is not off, so if I go back in the summer, it's typically by myself. It ends up usually being 3 times a year, maybe. It's not often. 3 hours isn't that far, but I just feel like I'm settled in, especially now that we have the new house, so I just don't really feel the need to drive 3 hours just to drive 3 hours. So I do see them, not a ton, but I do prioritize the big holidays. The last and final question, someone asked me this under one of the moving vlogs, I believe, and it was, what is your main goal right now? So my 2 main goals for 2025 have already been accomplished. Like, guys, you don't know how much I've thanked the Lord for this, because I started 2025 without any definite plans, but I knew I needed a new job and I knew I wanted to get a house and move out of our apartment. And March 17th, I got the call about my job, which is the day before my birthday. And then that next week, we got this house and started doing the paperwork and everything. And I just remember thanking God so hard because March is only 3 months into 2025. I thought it would take me a whole year to get myself together, or, you know, at least 6 months. But I was so blessed to have a new job and a new house just in the span of 3 months. So those were my main goals. And now that those things are out the way, my goals now are just bettering myself, whether it's my attitude, my weight, exercise. I'm just really pouring into myself because I feel like a job and a house are like material things. They're outside things. So I feel like I can now pour into myself and what kind of person I want to be. I pray every morning for my attitude, my words. I can't say that I'm perfect at it, but I am very aware of my flaws and the things I need to fix. So I'm really trying to pour into myself and make sure that I present the best version of myself. I have to constantly work on that. I have to pray about that every morning because that is not something you will ever accomplish 100%, but I am trying my best. So that's my main goal right now, to just work on being the best Lacey that I can be. But that's pretty much it. If you want a part 2, there were some other questions and some things that I've noticed being commented over and over. So definitely let me know if you want more questions to be answered. Like I said, me and Celeste were supposed to film this together. So if you want to comment any questions for her, she can respond in the comments and talk to you guys that way. But for now, I'm gonna end this video here. If you wanna see more videos like this, make sure you like, share, comment, and definitely subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.